The wait is finally over. After seasons of heartbreak, whispers, and endless speculation, the moment fans never thought would come has arrived. Two names, etched into the soul of Heartland, are about to step back into the same story once more. Graham Wardle and Amber Marshall. Together again. Their reunion is not just a twist in the tale, it's the heartbeat of Season 19. For over a decade, Heartland has stood as more than a television series. It became a place where stories of family, loss, hope, and resilience played out against the sweeping landscapes of Alberta. At its center was the story of Amy Fleming, played with unmatched heart by Amber Marshall. Amy was the glue that held generations of the Bartlett-Fleming family together, a young woman who carried the weight of her mother's legacy while shaping her own path as a gifted horse whisperer. But what made Heartland soar beyond just another drama was the love that blossomed between Amy and Ty Borden, the troubled young man with a broken past who found redemption in the arms of this family. And especially in Amy's heart, the bond between Amy and Ty became the heartbeat of the show. Through every trial, fires, storms, family conflicts, and personal battles, fans grew to see them not just as fictional characters, but as a reflection of the love and resilience they longed for in their own lives. The relationship gave the series its emotional backbone, its warmth, and its timeless pull. Viewers tuned in not only to watch horses being healed, but to see how love could mend even the most wounded souls. But as the seasons went on, the show itself became a part of families worldwide. Generations sat together on couches, watching Amy and Ty grow from teenagers to partners, from dreamers to parents. Their journey wasn't perfect, but it was real, and that reality made it all the more powerful. When Ty stumbled, Amy stood strong. When Amy faltered, Ty was her steady ground. Together, they embodied the idea that even broken people could build something whole, something lasting, and then, just when audiences believed that their story would go on forever, the unthinkable happened. Ty's sudden departure shattered not only the fictional world of Heartland, but also the hearts of millions who had walked with him through the years. It was a storyline that left fans in shock, a turning point where grief on screen mirrored the grief of the viewers themselves. In those moments, it seemed the magic of Amy and Ty's journey had reached its end. Yet, as any true fan knows, the heart of Heartland has always been about more than endings. It is about the resilience to move forward, the courage to keep hope alive, and the strength of bonds that time or distance can never fully sever. And now, with whispers turning into reality, that very resilience seems to be breathing new life into the series. Season 19 doesn't just promise another chapter. It promises the return of a love story that once defined the show itself, because sometimes, no matter how far you drift, destiny has a way of bringing you back. And in Heartland, destiny has a name: Amy and Ty *. There are television moments that stay with audiences forever, the kind that burn themselves into memory long after the credits roll. For Heartland fans, one of those moments came when Ty Borden's story came to a heartbreaking end. Graham Wardle, the actor who brought Ty to life, made the difficult decision to leave the series after more than a decade. It was not just another exit, it was the kind of loss that felt personal. Ty wasn't just a character. He was a part of the family that fans had built with the show. His absence left an emptiness that could not be filled. The producers made the bold choice not to recast him or write a shallow explanation. Instead, they leaned into reality. Ty's death was sudden, tragic, and final. In many ways, it mirrored the unpredictability of life itself. Viewers weren't just watching Amy lose her husband. They were watching themselves grieve for a man who had symbolized growth, redemption, and unwavering love. For many fans, it was almost impossible to imagine Heartland without him. Could Amy stand alone? Could the family still feel whole? And more importantly, could the series continue to thrive without its central love story? For Amber Marshall, who had built over a decade of chemistry and friendship with Graham Wardle, the change was just as heavy. Off-screen, the two shared a bond of mutual respect and care. On screen, they had crafted one of television's most genuine partnerships. Losing Ty meant Amy's world had to shift. And as Amy adjusted to life as a widow and a single mother, so too did the series itself. Adjust to a new rhythm, storylines turned toward healing, resilience, and rebuilding after loss. Fans admired the courage of the writing, but the absence of Graham was always felt, like a quiet ache in the background of every new season. Still, something remarkable happened. The absence didn't weaken the fan base, it strengthened it. Forums, fan pages, and social media feeds filled with tributes to Ty, clips of his most heartfelt moments, and endless messages of hope that one day Graham Wardle might return, even for a brief moment. The actor himself had moved on to new creative projects, focusing on spiritual journeys and personal growth. Yet his name never truly left Heartland's orbit. Fans kept asking, kept hoping, kept believing that maybe, just maybe, his story wasn't completely over, and then came the whispers. Rumors began to circulate. At first, they seemed impossible. Graham spotted near filming locations. Hints dropped in interviews, small teases from insiders that suggested the impossible might actually become reality. Could Ty Borden truly return? Was Graham Wardle stepping back into the boots fans thought he had hung up for good? For months, speculation grew louder until it reached a breaking point. When the first glimpse of the Season 19 trailer surfaced, fans were stunned. There he was, Graham Wardle, standing beside Amber Marshall once more. The reunion wasn't just a casting decision. It was a symbolic restoration of what made Heartland the show it is. It was the closing of a wound that had never fully healed. Graham's return reignited the spirit of Heartland in a way nothing else could. The image of Amy and Ty together again sent shockwaves through the fandom. Tears, joy, disbelief, all emotions erupted at once. Social media exploded with reactions, with fans declaring it the comeback of the decade, but the questions began just as quickly as the celebrations. Was this return permanent or just a fleeting moment? Would Ty be resurrected in reality, or would he appear only in dreams, flashbacks, or alternate storylines? The creators offered no answers, and perhaps that was the most brilliant choice of all. The mystery kept audiences leaning forward, desperate to see how the story would unfold. Graham Wardle's departure once felt like the end of an era. His return now feels like the spark of a new one. It is not just about nostalgia, it is about unfinished business. The love story that had once been cut short suddenly has a chance to breathe again. And in Season 19, the reunion of Amber Marshall and Graham Wardle isn't just a plot twist, it is a moment of healing, both for the characters and for the millions of fans who never stopped believing that one day Ty would find his way back. Home. Asterisk, the sight of Amy Fleming and Ty Borden standing together again was more than just another trailer moment. It was history being rewritten before our eyes. For years, fans had learned to live with Ty's absence. They had adjusted to Amy's story, moving forward without him, raising her daughter, finding her strength, and redefining her future. Yet deep down, the ache never left. And then, in the blink of a trailer clip, it all came rushing back. The chemistry, the unspoken bond, the quiet comfort of knowing that Amy and Ty still belonged to each other. Season 19 has turned that longing into reality, and with it opened the door to questions no one expected to ask again. What does this reunion mean for Heartland's story? Is it a return to the love story fans knew so well, or is it a new chapter with different rules? The beauty of this twist is that it doesn't simply reset the clock. Instead, it adds layers of complexity. Amy has grown into a woman who has endured heartbreak, loss, and the challenges of single motherhood. Ty, too, has walked a path that seemed closed to us, his story paused in tragedy, now reawakened in mystery. When they meet again, it is not the same as before. It cannot be. Too much time has passed. Too many wounds have shaped them. And yet, that is exactly what makes their reunion so powerful. The trailer teases subtle glimpses of this emotional collision. We see Amy standing on the ranch, her eyes widening with disbelief. We catch a shadow of Ty, the kind of silhouette that fans could recognize instantly even without a full reveal. And then comes the moment, brief but unforgettable, where their gazes meet. There are no words, just silence. A silence heavy with everything they've lost and everything they might still reclaim. It is a moment designed not just to thrill, but to remind us of why this love story mattered in the first place. Of course, fans immediately began speculating about how Ty's return is possible. Is it a dream sequence, crafted to give closure? That was missing before. Is it a series of flashbacks stitched into Amy's journey of healing? Or is it something far bolder, a rewriting of Ty's fate, bringing him back into the present storyline as if destiny itself had intervened? The producers have cleverly left this unanswered, letting the speculation drive the excitement. And, in truth, the mystery may be the most effective storytelling choice of all. Yet beyond the speculation lies something deeper. The reunion of Graham Wardle and Amber Marshall isn't just about plot mechanics, it's about emotional resonance. Their on-screen connection was the cornerstone of Heartland, built not on grand gestures but on quiet authenticity. A smile shared across the barn, a hand reached out in comfort. Promise made under the wide-open sky. These small human moments turned their relationship into something that felt real, something worth fighting for. Season 19's reunion has the potential to reignite those same sparks, but in a new and more mature way. This isn't young love anymore. It's love that has been tested by loss, distance, and time. Thematically, the reunion could explore some of Heartland's most profound ideas. What does it mean to truly move on? Can love endure after life itself has tried to tear it apart? How do we reconcile the pain of the past with the hope of the future? These are questions that strike at the core of the human experience, and Heartland has always excelled at weaving those questions into everyday ranch life. By bringing Ty back into Amy's world, even in a mysterious or limited way, the show invites us to wrestle with those truths alongside the characters. And for fans, the reunion means something even bigger. It is a reminder that television can still surprise us, still give us miracles when we least expect them. It is proof that sometimes patience and loyalty are rewarded. Viewers who never gave up on Amy and Ty are now seeing their devotion come full circle. The reunion is not just for the characters, it is a gift to the audience, a way of saying, "We hear you. We know what this story means to you, and now we're giving it back." Season 19 promises to be a season unlike any other. The stakes are higher, the emotions sharper, and the story richer for this reunion. Whether Ty's return is permanent or fleeting, one truth is certain: the magic of seeing Graham Wardle and Amber Marshall together again has already changed Heartland forever. It has reopened doors we thought were locked, reignited feelings we thought had dimmed, and reminded us why we fell in love with this show in the first place. Because some stories are too powerful to end. Some bonds are too strong to break. And when Amy and Ty reunite, it isn't just a return, it's a reminder that in Heartland, love always finds its way home. The trailer for Season 19 did not just show us glimpses of Amy and Ty, it set fire to the imagination of every fan who has carried Heartland in their hearts. In 30 short seconds, it managed to open 1,000 questions. And that, perhaps, is the true brilliance of what lies ahead. Because Heartland has always thrived not on cheap twists, but on stories that grow from the soil of real emotion, real struggle, and the unpredictable beauty of life. Season 19 is shaping up to honor that tradition while taking risks that could change the series forever. The first layer of speculation surrounds Ty's return. Is he alive in the present storyline, or is this a narrative device, a dream, a vision, or even an alternate timeline? The trailer refuses to confirm anything, instead offering fragments designed to stir hope and doubt at the same time. A shot of Amy's hand brushing against someone familiar. A child's laughter carried by the wind, hinting at the presence of a father figure. A close-up of Ty's boots hitting the ranch dirt, the camera deliberately avoiding his face. These moments suggest that Ty's reappearance is not a simple one. It is layered, possibly fragile, and certainly wrapped in mystery. If Ty is back in the flesh, the questions multiply. Where has he been? How does his return change Amy's carefully rebuilt life? Can their love pick up where it left off, or has too much time passed to restore what was lost? If his return is a dream or a vision, then the meaning shifts. Instead of rekindling romance, it becomes about closure, a final gift to Amy and to The fans, a chance to say goodbye with the tenderness that was missing before. And if it is an alternate timeline, then Heartland may be stepping into the boldest storytelling choice of its history, rewriting destiny itself. Beyond Ty and Amy, Season 19 carries the weight of family dynamics that have always been the show's foundation. Lou, Jack, Tim, and the extended Bartlett-Fleming clan are still at the heart of the ranch. The reunion of Amy and Ty could ripple outward into every relationship. Jack, who always treated Ty like a grandson, may find a second chance to guide him. Lou, ever protective of Amy, may face the fear of watching her sister risk heartbreak again. Even the youngest characters, Lindy and Katie, stand at the crossroads of this legacy, their lives forever shaped by the choices of those who came before them. Thematically, Season 19 has the potential to be Heartland's most powerful exploration of healing. For years, fans have watched the characters endure grief, rebuild after tragedy, and hold on to hope when the world seemed empty. Ty's return, in whatever form it takes, offers a new dimension to that healing. It forces us to ask, what does it mean to let go? What does it mean to move on? And what happens when the past we thought was gone suddenly returns to our doorstep? The trailer hints at moments that will leave fans breathless. Amy riding across the fields, a figure waiting at the horizon. Ty's voice soft, familiar, calling her name in the darkness. A storm gathering over Heartland, both literally and symbolically, suggesting that their reunion will not be without conflict. Because if there's one truth the series has taught us, it's that love is never simple. It demands sacrifice, forgiveness, and courage in equal measure, but perhaps the most exciting part of Season 19 is the unpredictability. For the first time in years, fans cannot predict the direction of the story. Will Amy and Ty rebuild the life they once dreamed of? Will their reunion be fleeting, a bittersweet reminder of what once was? Or will it carve a completely new path, one that reshapes the identity of Heartland itself? The uncertainty is not a weakness, it is the heartbeat of this new season. And for the audience, the reunion already means more than just a storyline. It is a reminder of why Heartland has endured for nearly 2 decades. It is not about spectacle or flashy drama, it is about the quiet power of love, family, and resilience. By teasing the return of Ty, the series has tapped into the deepest well of its legacy. It has given fans a reason to feel again, to hope again, to believe that even in fiction, miracles are possible. Season 19 is not just another season, it is a promise. A promise that the heart of Heartland is still beating strong. A promise that stories we thought were over may still have one last chapter to tell. And above all, a promise that no matter how much time passes, some bonds will always find their way back to the ranch, back to the fields, back to the family that started it all. Because in the end, Heartland has never been about endings. It has always been about beginnings. And as Amy and Ty stand together once more, fans know they are about to witness the beginning of something unforgettable.